Now, here's your good neighbors, Mary Dolan and Greg Brady, for the Morning Talk Magazine on KBRF.
Good morning, neighbors. 9:11 and 67 degrees already. That's a nice sunny Monday.
Absolutely.
To get started and wake up to.
I don't know if there's really room in here for me today. Maybe we should just let the cast of this movie that you're in.
It's a full house.
It is a full house for fun.
We have members of the cast and crew, and it's one and the same because the way Sarah Larson does her projects is even the actors work, so everyone's got a job.
Okay, I was hearing a lot of movie lingo in here, and I just have to say I'm feeling just a little bit left out. But they tell me that I'll catch on quickly.
Yeah. Oh, I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
So the movie Sacred is in production right now. Started last week, has one more week to go. So this is like the midway point. Christ Family Films, a part of Redeemer Song Ministries, and we've got some cast members. I thought we could do what might just be easiest is to just have them go around and introduce themselves and then tell us their character.
That's a good idea.
That they play. Maybe a little bit about a character, too.
Okay. And then, if anyone would like to say what it's like to work with Greg Brady,
I don't know.
opportunity.
I don't know if we want to go there just yet.
Okay. Well, let's start right here, and you can get right up to the microphone there and introduce yourself and tell us about your part.
My name is Elizabeth Bigelow, and I play Lauren West, Brianna's little sister.
And I'm Alex Johnson. I play Brianna West, Lauren's bigger sister.
Okay.
And I'm Josh Overgaard, and I play Brandon Shaw.
And I'm Leah Drexler. I play Jordan Hunt. And incidentally, Greg is my dad.
Oh.
And Brandon's my brother. So.
Oh, okay. So you guys are all connected
The family,
here, kind
yeah.
of. This is a family. All right.
I'm Kevin Kneidenbelt, and I play Haley Tucker, and I am their cousins, Brandon and
Everybody's related.
It's a small town.
Movie. Yeah. Okay. And Brady, tell us about it. Go ahead.
I play
Diva, tell us about
Christopher Shaw.
Okay.
Who is Brandon's father, Haley's uncle, and Jordan's father. And he's kind of mean. He's Jerky McMeanerson. He's a bad guy. He's a bad.
So how does he handle that part? Is he kind of a jerk?
Yeah.
He's a really good jerk.
That's a good job.
Not a lot of acting involved.
He's
It's not really a stretch. It hasn't been.
That's not true.
No, because you've gotten to know him kind of on the side, too, and he's a
Yeah.
pretty good guy. I had to say that. It's the rules. He's my partner.
Yeah.
All right. Well, tell us a little. I guess, Greg, I'll let you kind of run the show because you know what's going on. So.
Well, yeah. So we've been spending the last couple of days on location around town because the movie takes place in different settings. We were at Kennedy School last week, which is a fictional school. It's not a Fergus Falls Otters in the movie. It's a fictional school, Lynn Turner High School. So that was the set for a couple of days. We've been at private homes, and on Sunday we were at Stavanger Church for there's a funeral scene. We don't want to spoiler alert.
No, we don't want to spoil it.
You can guess, but so we were out there, and we've been at home. So it's a pretty mobile. It's not just one place where we're doing this. We're going all over town filming and different scenes, and it's all the movie is shot. You don't shoot a movie in the order you see the movie,
right?
You know what I mean? So we start with some in the middle, and it's been pretty interesting. But everybody, I think, everyone's had scenes so far, and
okay. Well, if you've got a microphone in front of you, let's talk about what it's been like so far. Tell me a little bit about the experience so far.
It's been really fun. I didn't have any idea of what to expect going into it, so it's just been really fun to watch it happen and see the process.
Did it kind of happen like you thought it might, or were there some things that they did, or the order you did things in, or the way you did it that was a lot different than you thought it might be?
I wasn't really prepared, I think, just for like the costumes and the hair and making sure you match every scene. There was one scene we did, scene 6, where it was like a really long scene, and we did it in 3 takes because it breaks up, and we did it at like 3 different times during the day. And so we were doing other scenes between them, but then when we watched it, the full scene together. It just like looked like we did it all. It was surprise. I mean, like I knew that would
that's
happen.
going to be cool.
It was cool, yeah.
Well, that's going to be fun to watch it when you have like cut all these snippets all over the place, and then actually have it look like something. We'll just move on down the line here, as long as you've got the microphone in your hand. Tell me a little bit about your experience and your character. How does your character fit into this whole family thing? And without spoiling anything, just give us a little snippet.
Well, it's been a really great experience. My character is kind of a supporting role. I'm the older sister of Brandon, and Jordan ends up taking care of her brothers a lot, just because Greg is
he's such a jerk.
Sorry, not in real life.
It's kind of fun to be able to say that out loud and not be able to not get in trouble for it. So I'm going to take every opportunity. Okay.
Well, it's actually been very surprising because Greg is such a nice guy, and then you see him turn into this big meanie right on set.
Okay.
But the filming has been really great. Fun to see how the sound people have to work with the light people, and they all have to set it up so much before we can even start doing anything. They probably do 75% of the work before we're even ready to go. And then just it's been interesting filming more serious scenes, everybody's so excited to see each other, then you have to totally switch modes and be more somber, serious.
Interesting. Well, I'll just have you pass the microphone on down there. How is it? Is it different than you expected it to be, or is it more work or less work, or?
I'm used to stage plays, so it has been a total different experience. With film, you don't have to be as big as you have to be on stage.
Right, and you don't have to be on all the time because there's breaks, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. And you just have to memorize a scene for when you shoot it, and then you don't have to remember it anymore.
Now, you guys have some pretty integral parts, it sounds like to me, because you're all part of this family. Is it hard to learn all those lines? I know Brady's been studying his lines for a long time.
Yeah. Sometimes it is, yeah, but other times, some scenes I might have 2 lines, and I just have to show emotion.
Okay. Any room for any improv here? Do you get to drop in a line here and there if you feel like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A difference between, theater, when you think of theater and the stage and when you go to see plays, that's acting. It's sort of that big, I'm acting. And in the movie, you're encouraged to just be. You just, you don't use a lot of the big the facial reactions and the loudness, I almost called him Brandon, like Josh said. I know everybody by their names now, so their character names. So we've got this kind of double duel. It's really weird.
It's kind of like radio. We all have different names in radio, so maybe I do fit in.
When people are yelling for Chris, I just turn my head now, so it's really strange how. And then the crew.
So they don't say, "Hey, jerk," over in the corner.
No. But
okay.
But that's sort of the difference I think between.
Yeah, I can see that.
The two. You don't want to be chewing scenery and just being blah blah. That's less.
Well, how about you? Did you have a lot of experience with theater, or what made you want to get involved in a project like this?
Yeah, I guess most of us at this table, all of us, I think, have kind of grown up on the stage and been involved in Redeemer Song on the theater side of that. And a couple of us, Jordan and Brandon and I think, worked on the last film project, and that's totally a
that
whole
one was
different
totally different, right?
Yep, it was shot with just one camera, and it was a period piece, so it was all on location in these historic buildings. But we've really stepped up our game this time. There's a lot of gear and a lot of really cool stuff happening. So there's a lot of extra things to keep in mind. You have to know where each camera is all the time and where your mic is. I kind of keep that on the back of your mind while you're still portraying your character.
It's kind of funny that you talk about all the experience you have. Now, you can't be very old. Tell me how old you are.
Oh, I'm going into 8th grade.
Okay, so you're relatively young, but you've done a lot of theater and that kind of thing?
Well, I started Redeemer Song in 5th grade because Mrs. Larson was my 5th grade teacher and she got me into it.
Oh, how
which
fun.
I love her for.
Yeah. Sounds like you're having a great time.
Oh, yeah, it's so much fun.
What do you think has been the most fun so far, or maybe the biggest surprise?
Well, I am Sarah's assistant in like cast and crew.
Okay.
And so I get to just watch. I get to be on set every day. I get to watch all the scenes from behind the scenes and like filming aspects, and it's really cool because I found myself watching movies differently. Like,
Oh, interesting.
I'll look at something and I was like, oh, that scene must have taken so long to film.
Because you know what's behind it.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Hadn't thought of that. And, okay, so throw out some of the lingo that I was hearing a little earlier. What do you hear on the set a lot? Can any of you think of anything?
Yeah, so the big one we hear a lot is lock it down, and that means that the camera is starting to roll and you have to be totally quiet and not move.
Oh, yeah, I would
because-
not be good at that. Brady has told me to lock it down a couple of times here already today.
We have some really neat sound equipment, and they pick up a whole lot of movement in the room, so you have to just...
Okay. Anybody see any after this? Anybody? Well, and I guess you've been in a couple of pieces, but anybody have kind of hopes for more, bigger, more film? I mean, is anyone headed to Hollywood or anything? Or is it something that you can see yourself wanting to do or making a career out of, or is it just fun for right now? Anybody can just jump in.
I don't know so much about the film.
Okay.
I mean, if Sarah has another project coming up, I'll be the first to say yes. But I guess I am more interested in the theater side of things.
Okay. Is that kind of that everyone's kind of nodding their heads?
You know, when Alex was talking about the production value of this movie with the cameras and the equipment, that is entirely true. This is a very professionally done and managed. The way we're going about things, it's if you think, hey, we're making a movie, you get out a couple of iPhones and have some fun, but this is very much some very expensive cameras and a lot of the equipment, the sound equipment, and the way that Sarah and her husband Caleb Larson are sort of leading this. It's very professional. We are having fun. It's very fun, but there is that important.
It's work.
It is. It is. Done that, it's run that way. It's that approach of very professional, and just from the way things are scheduled and the meetings we're having and all of the work we did leading up to this is very much professional. And when you see the look, we've already been able to see some of the clips.
Is it cool? I mean, is it really fun to watch that back? You feel like you're doing some things right.
Yeah. And the look of it, just the way it's filmed. Tim Larson, one of the cinematographers, has a many years television background. So he's got camera, the angles and the way the boom, it looks if you just saw screenshots, you would think, oh, what show is that? Or what movie is that? It looks that good. And hopefully we're acting that well, too. But Eric Vigasa from Resound Recording here in Fergus Falls has been very generous in helping with the audio, and it just looks so sleek. I can't wait to see. And this is just the there's been no post-production with sound and
right.
the editing that still has to add, just the raw stuff. You just feel like you're watching TV. So it has a very professional look.
So you guys are 1 week in. Are you feeling like you're sort of on task? I mean, is Sarah feeling you are where you need to be? Maybe? And it sounds like everyone loves working with Sarah, by the way. So that's good.
Everyone loves Sarah.
Okay.
I think what sets us apart, this whole process has been very professional and very scheduled, and we've been right where we need to be. But I think what sets us apart in this project and in most Redeemer Song projects is that we really are a family, too. We really have a lot of support, and we really love each other. And
give us just a really quick background on Redeemer Song for those who don't know what we're talking about when we say that.
Yeah, so Sarah started this in 2000, I believe. And it started as just a theater group, basically. They do a couple productions a year, and we've kind of branched out. This is our second film project. They've done some radio theater, but all throughout the year we have theater going on as well.
Okay.
So we have two productions coming up this fall, and we haven't quite looked at spring yet, but we'll probably have one this spring.
Wow, you guys are busy. My goodness. That's a lot of lines to learn.
And everyone are from different churches, so there's this really kind of neat background of the churches we're all from, and then sort of unite under this umbrella to do all this work.
Well, so what's on tap for now? Are we kind of giving you a break here, or what happens? What happens after radio? Go ahead, anyway.
Today, I think we have a cast and crew lunch. We have kind of a day off today. It was scheduled just in case we had weather as a rain makeup day.
Okay.
And then I think we're doing
I can't believe you're not making up, because all we've had is rain. So
after tomorrow, it's nonstop, right through the rest of the. There's some more scenes at the
now
school.
Now that Sarah heard that, you guys are going to have to work your tails off today.
But there's a scene in the movie that's at a baseball game, so we're going to be up at D Lagoon Park.
Okay.
And then some private homes have been used, and people have just been very generous in, here, use my house, and feeding. You get a crew of 20, 30 people, and they got to eat. Everybody can't just leave and come back. You have things got to keep moving. So people are coming in every day and donating lunch. And yesterday at Stavanger Church, the church ladies made lunch after this. They were they were shouting out to you too, because we had some listeners.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's Stavanger.
Well, somebody does know me. That's good.
So we did the scene, but it's been quite an experience. And we don't, again, no spoilers, but yesterday at the church scene was a funeral. I think I could say that. I don't, because Sarah's already mentioned in the media that there is a death, but we won't say.
Okay.
We won't say who, but gathered out, and going through that whole process, it takes a long time to do all that. The scenes in the church and then outside, and so it gets to be a long day. It was hot and a long day.
It was kind of hot, yeah.
But going through all that, and when you see the scenes, I think everybody's different. Actors, I get how they want to prepare, but it's there. I will tell you, when you watch these scenes, there is no acting. There's nobody with the Visine to look like they're crying. There was genuine emotion. There was. I just got a little goosebump saying that. But there will be, everybody goes to a different place, I suppose, to get ready for that. But when you see this, and I think of other scenes I've seen of funerals and TV and the movies, but this one I've never seen it like it just felt so real to me to be there. You think, I don't know if anybody wants to take that and go with that. How you're using emotion or whatever to get into your scenes.
What is the easiest way? I mean, if you have to show emotion in a scene like he's just described, how do you get there? How do you go there? Or does some of it just, you feel like you're in it and it sort of just moves you?
Yeah, for me, it's kind of hard to think of getting that emotional just for a scene. So I really have to try and think of things in my life that have happened like that to really
kind of make it real for you. Yeah. Okay. Well, interesting. Well, we're going to talk a little bit more in just a bit. We have to take a break here and get people updated on markets and a few other housekeeping things that we have to do here on the radio, and then we'll be back and talk a little more with all the cast that we have
cast
here.
And crew of Sacred in production this week here. This is 1250 KBRF, 68 degrees in Fergus Falls. Expecting plenty of sunshine. Not as hot today. We'll be up in the mid-70s. We'll take a look at Red River markets, and we'll continue 1250 KBRF Local Talk Radio with the Morning Talk Magazine. It was 68 degrees, 9:35. Sunny start to the week. Not as hot, mid-70s today. And not too much for wind either. Nice, sort of a still. Perkins flag was not even moving this morning. That's how you know.
People who love a calm lake love a calm Perkins flag.
That's good.
It was so nice yesterday and last night to just, the water was just like glass and it was beautiful.
Yeah, I took a
love
pontoon
these days.
took a pontoon ride last night.
So how much trouble did you get in for that?
Well, I got it back to the dock before the owner came back.
Okay,
so.
perfect. Okay. Well, anyway, he's always telling me he's laying on the dock and, he had such a good time yesterday, laid on the dock until the owners came home to the cabin and he had to get off.
Then you got to get out of there. You don't want to be hanging around for that. In studio, we have the cast and crew, some of the cast members of Sacred. That's the movie that's being filmed right now in Fergus Falls, a 2-week process. The movie itself is expected to be done, complete, released next June, and hopefully will premiere Center for the Arts.
Okay.
And the Fergus Theater, and then DVD eventually, too. So it's kind of fun. So we've got the different characters and actors in here. So how do you guys, I'll just ask my fellow actors this, how do you relate to your character? How do you, because Sarah's given us these stories in the plot line, and really has just said, okay, now just be you with this. So we're really not having to draw too much, except my character, because my character is so mean and so unlike me. So there is a bit of reach there. But how do you get ready to play a person?
Let's start over here. Why don't you grab the mic and answer that?
My character, Jordan Hunt, is very different from myself, her personality and her experiences. So I've really tried to find people who may have gone through the same things that she's experiencing in the film, or I like to look online on blogs, because their people are really open with their emotions and what they're feeling, and it's gone a long way to help me to understand what she would be going through at this time during what's going on in the film.
Wow, this is a lot of background work, you guys. Yeah.
Well, it's been nice because, we found out our characters a year ago, so you've had all this time and our workshops to kind of understand who your character is.
Okay. Tell me about workshops. Now, I think, at least for me, when I'm envisioning what you guys are doing this week, I'm envisioning, a week or two ago, somebody giving you a script and you memorize your lines and then you show up and you do your thing. But it is not like that at all. Tell me about the workshops.
Well, our first workshop for this current draft of the movie, because it's been in process for a long time.
So it keeps changing.
Yeah, and there's been turnover in some of the cast and stuff. But just for this group, our first workshop was in January, I think, and we met once a month, every month until we started filming here. And so everyone was able to meet, and Sarah wasn't there for a lot of, because she was in Texas, but she was there for the first one, and so we were just all able to meet and get to know each other and get comfortable and maybe do whatever.
That makes a big difference, I bet, when you're trying to interact with each other, as family members. Well, you guys already knew each other, but to just kind of hash over what the film is about. And
one of the things that she had us do as part of this workshopping was group the characters together that are going to be having scenes together, and then doing improv stuff that's not even in the movie scripts. Just here's a situation. Now, you know who you are in the movie. Now, act it out. And you're just making it up as you go along. But by doing that, you've created this little history that only you characters share. But by the time you're in front of the camera acting and doing your scene, you can look back and remember that. So instead of just being in a situation in the movie with the script and acting it out and just hoping you're getting it right with the lines you have, you can look at each other and think back and, oh yeah, remember we had that and we had that fight and we did this. And so it's like inventing a backstory that you've already acted out. So by the time you're ready, it's kind of a neat way to do it. And then you learn how to interact better with the other people you're acting with.
Yeah,
so that part of but there's a lot of work behind the scenes.
I was going to say there's a lot more behind this than I would have imagined. But I guess now that you're talking about it, it really is necessary, because this is too big a project
then
to get
doesn't
together.
It doesn't look real. You're just reading here. It's like we're just doing a quick little. Here, you say that, I say this, and we try the best we can. But we've built this history that you have. And I've seen how it works because I was at one of the workshops with one of the families in the movie and saw them play this out and practice this. None of it is scripted. They just, here's the situation, act like you're the daughter and the father and the concerned mother. And so they do that over and over again to the point where it's then natural and feels right. And then on Saturday night, we were at a house filming one of these scenes, and I was sitting in the living room, and and in the house are the camera, the cranes, and the,
Did they have to dump you out of the recliner with your bowl of chips?
I was on the floor. Well, I was so exhausted. I'd been up the whole night before with the Relay for Life, and then all day in the heat, and so I was just laying on the floor, just propped up where I could just see over the couch and see the heads in the kitchen moving around, and without all of the cameras and the boom mic and everything, it was just like I was in a house watching this play out because it was so real the way the talking happened. It wasn't, I do my line, you do your line. It just flowed like a conversation because there's that little bit of improv in there. And then here's this teenage girl looking at her phone, and dad is trying to talk, and the kids are in the background doing other stuff, and mom is concerned about the grades and what are we going to do. And it was like eavesdropping.
Oh.
In a creepy way. Just I was like, I feel like I'm in someone's kitchen at night and they're having this conversation, and you don't know the way that this movie's written. There's so many characters. Most movies you latch on to one character and you kind of follow them and see what happens to them, and you like them and you don't like any. But with this, you like everybody and you don't know who to root for. You're concerned about everybody.
Can you guys wrap this up and get it on TV? My goodness. So now we were talking about it, and we have to wait a whole other year or plus to see it. That's torture. My question is, when you're dealing with a lot of extras, or you're shooting in a small community like this, and you're shooting in public places and homes, there's got to be some, what we call looky-loos. There got to be some people who are saying, what's going on here? Do you find that you have some people saying, what's going on? What are you guys doing? That kind of stuff?
That happened a couple times, especially when we were shooting over at the school. And it's really fun because then we can show them and tell them how excited we are about this project. There was one time, the first day we were filming on Wednesday, we needed to have this busy hallway scene, and we didn't have quite enough extras to really fill out the hallway. And so we actually invited a couple of the janitors at the school to come be in the scene with us. And they had a lot of fun, I think. And it looked really real, too. So.
Oh. Well, so how are you doing with extras? Do you think, as you go now, is there still a need for certain scenes, do you think? Or do you think you got it covered?
Oh, yeah. If you would like to come be a part of this, I think we're filming at Kennedy School on Wednesday and Thursday, and I think we're there starting at 7 a.m.
Okay.
Stop by and be a part of it.
Okay. All right. So you still have a chance to be a movie star. And even if, extra, there's no pressure there, really, right? I mean, you don't have to know anything about film. You can just show up and somebody will tell you what to do. I mean, let's say I just show up at Kennedy on Wednesday at 7 a.m. What would happen?
You would probably be a teacher.
Okay.
Somewhere you could walk down the halls.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could do that.
No, you'd walk down the hall maybe 10 times because there's a lot of these takes you do from different angles.
I think I have 10 times down the hall in me.
Okay. Yeah, you have to. So you have to reach. Sometimes the scenes you almost have it, and then Sarah wants another one, and then you've got to reset and go exactly. And there's a lot of emotion that a lot of the actors are having to do. The story has a lot of conflict. Maybe that's not the word to use.
It sounds exhausting.
There's a lot of door slamming and walking away from things.
Wow, it's too bad you don't need me for that because I'm really good at that.
I thought there's a scene where my character slams the door, and I thought of that because you tell me sometimes when the only time Mary's mad is if there's a door slammed.
If there's a door slammed, then it is very serious.
It's all
because
like
it takes a lot to get me there, but all of a sudden I will snap, and it's usually a door.
But imagine, and then you keep doing it over and over, so you have to keep. And you hear actors in interviews talk about it all the time, like how and it just doesn't make much sense till you've been in that situation, and then you see like, wow, there is a little something to it, but it's been a learning experience.
What do you think is the reaction from those extras that you've head work with you? I mean, are they having some fun? Is it a little different than they expected? What do you think?
The extras definitely have a lot of fun. They're so funny to work with because they're so excited to do if they get to do like a special little thing. Like a couple of girls got to run into one of the main characters when he was walking down the hall, and they were like, "Oh, I'm so excited for this! I'm gonna be waiting to watch a movie." I'm like, "Oh!"
Talk a little bit about you guys about how the camaraderie on set and with each other and what that experience is like. A lot of us did not know each other until last week, or the weeks leading up to. But what's it like to be thrown in with a bunch of other folks and work 12-hour days like that?
Well, I guess in any production, I mean, like I said, a lot of us have experience in theater, and I assume most people listening would be more familiar with theater than a film project. And in any project like this, you get really close with people just because you're spending so much time and you're going so deep emotionally with people. But then on top of this, we have this, instead of it just being a theater project, it's also a ministry, and it's something that we really believe in and we want to share, and we share with each other. And so we kind of have these two things that we're really excited about and we really love, and that it just adds one more layer of something that connects us all.
Yeah, I think that was well said. You know, and that's what makes, especially when you're portraying a family, the fact that you all know each other so well.
Well, before heavy scenes, and I mean, we're always praying together, and just the way we go through our days, it's very intimate. I would say, just how we are.
Okay, so now we have to wait till next June till it premieres potentially at Center for the Arts. Is kind of the plan. I think that's what happened last time. And then beyond that, we have to wait for the DVD.
Well,
I know that's it. I know, but I'm just kind of fired up to see the movie now. And
I'm trying to think of a shortcut. I don't have one.
Well, everyone can for sure hop over to our Facebook page. I think it's just called Sacred, and we also have a Redeemer Song Christ Family Film page, and we are constantly updating that, and there's always pictures, and I think we'll have a couple promo videos too.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So if you want a little sneak peek before next June, that's where you should head.
Okay.
Little tease. Right. Okay. What about the movie? You guys, what does the movie have a let it go moment? A Frozen reference. Is it
like a musical number?
Well, the big moment where the song kicks in. I'm just teasing, kidding. So.
Well, that's cool. I think it's really, it sounds like you guys are doing a great job, and sounds like you're having a wonderful time doing it. I know it's tiring. It sounds exhausting to me. But
in a good way.
Yeah, a good kind of exhaustion.
At the end of the day, you want to.
Are you happy with what you've seen so far? What you've gotten to watch back? You feel good about it?
So excited.
It's really cool.
We all like each other, and it's, when it's all done, I don't know what I'm going to do when it's done, and we all go our separate ways again. And
then you go back to all the girlfriends, I guess.
Yeah. I wanted to get all the cast and crew and just live together in one big house and have a fire pole in the middle and just live and just
like a film compound.
Without the cult part.
Okay. Yeah. Nobody drinks any juice at this compound. Okay. All right. Well, it's good to have you all in, and we hope you have a good week, and that the rain falls only when you're shooting inside. And with all the prayer, I would think you'd have, God on your side a little bit here. So if it rains, I guess he's just telling you got to work an extra day.
It's a tight schedule. You'd be surprised, and it's the breakdown of here's what's happening every block, every hour of time and places. It's a lot to coordinate logistically. You think about all of that stuff, and just the big thing is, I don't know that folks would ever realize how much there's a lot of waiting. There's so much downtime to do this, and then you film a scene that might take an hour and a half to do all of these takes, and that ends up being like a minute in the movie. The actual time, all of that time that goes into just what you see for like a 30-second clip.
Yeah, well,
You
I
know.
was actually considering being an extra, and then I saw the schedule, and somebody has to do this radio show. So here I am. I'm taking one for the team, staying back at the ranch.
Still a chance. There's still
A chance. Yeah, I still have a chance. There was a movie filmed here not so long ago, and it was like a scary movie.
Oh.
Yeah, and I screamed for the director and everything, but no callback. So anyway, I realized that I still do have my chance. So who knows? Maybe I can be an extra walking down the hall. I think you and I can do that.
We're excited for people to see it, and hopefully the next year goes by quick. And
yeah. We don't want to wish time away, but go to the Facebook page and get a little sneak peek. I think that's the way to do it.
Sneak peek, sneak preview, and then keep listening for the actual theater productions, and you don't have to wait for that. Those will be coming in the fall, and
okay, look forward to those.
Other things to watch, but everyone's just really excited, and it's been we're very grateful for all the people that have helped in the school district and a lot of companies. Minnesota Motor let us use a vehicle in the movie, and Larson Funeral Home helped out. They were really great. Stavanger Church was just amazing.
Did you use a lot of their Sunday parishioners?
The church had a lot of people show up, so you're looking at authentic. It's not people acting that they go to a country church. You get the real deal.
And then you had authentic ladies' lunch from the church ladies. And I got to tell you, it doesn't get any better than that, does it?
We sure did, yeah. So and just people have been, a lot of different folks have been just showing up every day and volunteering to bring food.
Sure.
And on a movie set, here's a secret: you don't get to eat things like pizza and lasagna, and you're eating just
apples and oranges
finger healthy stuff.
Okay. See how he turned his nose up at that?
Yeah, and lots of coffee. This is a coffee-driven production.
Okay.
I started bringing my Keurig on set.
That's the thing I miss the most when you're gone.
Because my office was locked.
Yes, and I can't get to the Keurig. So
I'll leave you my key.
Okay, that'd be great.
When we go.
I haven't had a good cup of coffee since you started shooting this thing.
But just to let everyone know that it's going good, and we thank everyone in the community and hope for your support next year.
Absolutely.
Which will come, it'll come quick.
It will.
For the
it
premiere.
All right. Well, I'm going to check out the Facebook pages and take a look at what's going on. So, again, thanks to all of you for coming in and having some fun with us today on the air, and best of luck in all the rest of the shooting this week. Have a great week.
Thank you so much.
All right.